Bueno, muy buenos días a todas las personas que se empiezan a unir a nuestro webinar informativo el día de hoy, 10 de noviembre del 2025. Bienvenidos, bienvenidas a estos espacios que están diseñados exactamente para ustedes, para todas las personas que están interesadas en llevar a cabo un programa de posgrado a través de COLFUTURO. El día de hoy, como lo pueden ver, estamos con Erasmus University Rotterdam, International Institute of Social Studies, ISS, ubicado en los Países Bajos, para todas las personas que estén interesadas en llevar a cabo un programa de posgrado aquí. Esta universidad les ofrecerá una beca del 20% a todos los beneficiarios de Colfuturo que hayan colocado en su formulario de inscripción a nuestras convocatorias un programa específico de esta universidad. Sin duda alguna, es un gran beneficio y una gran oportunidad la que nos brinda esta universidad, esta institución académica, así que pues la invitación es aprovecharla al máximo. Como lo podrán observar, en esta ocasión estamos acompañados de Saul, de Natalia, de Sandra. Ellas son representantes de la universidad y nos van a brindar información muy valiosa relacionada a oferta académica, opciones de financiación, toda la experiencia de los estudiantes a nivel internacional. Así que aprovechemos al máximo su participación en este espacio y dejemos todas las preguntas que nos puedan surgir a través del cajón de Q&A, que con muchísimo gusto ellas nos van a ayudar a resolverlas. Entonces, sin más preámbulos, Saul, Natalia, Sandra, thank you so much for being here today with COLFUTURO. You can go ahead and start your presentation.
Thank you very much, Karin. Much appreciated. Thank you for your help and also your colleague. Hello, everybody. Hola. We will do this presentation partly in English. That is the language here at ISS, and partly in Dutch. Maybe let's start with introducing ourselves. I'm here with Natalia, a current student from Colombia at ISS, and my colleague Sel. Can you please, Sel, maybe start with introducing yourself?
Yes, hello. My name is Sal, and I work here at ISS. I'm an intern, and I do deal mainly with the recruitment. And I'll be presenting to you today some of the information.
Thank you. Natalia?
Hola chicos, ¿cómo están? Mi nombre es Natalia, soy estudiante actual en la Universidad de Erasmus de Rotterdam y bueno, les voy a estar compartiendo un poquito de mi experiencia acá.
Okay, thank you. And I'm Sandra Nijhoff, I'm head of the marketing communication office, and we will do this presentation jointly. So as I said, partly English, partly Spanish. So let's go ahead. I will say a few things about ISS in general and then hand over to Sal and Natalia. This is where I am, the International Institute of Social Studies, shortened to ISS. ISS is part of the Erasmus University in Rotterdam. The Erasmus University is located in Rotterdam. ISS is the only faculty that is located in The Hague. The Hague is a big city in the Netherlands at the sea, and we are also mentioned as the City of Justice and Peace. You will find many international organizations here, and all the government, the central government is located here. Later more about ISS, I think. What also characterizes ISS is that we have a very, very strong network of alumni. So former students, I think in Spanish it's ex-alumnos. I see that word used a lot. We have, I will come later to that, but we have a global network of 14,000 professionals. ISS is a renowned institute with an excellent reputation that comes out of the accreditation rounds that we as a university do. So it is something that is very specific for us. We consider ourselves as a hub of policy-oriented critical social science. That whole field of social science covers a lot. It goes from human rights to women's rights to climate change, environment, food security, economics. It's very broad, and we bring that all together in this place. In Europe, we are in the top 5 of development studies according to the QS ranking. So let's do the next slide.
Yes, this is my part.
Okay, I hand over to Sal and I will come back to you. And let me also invite you to ask your questions through the chats, and we will try to respond them respond immediately.
Okay, so yeah, I'll tell you a bit more about the program. So now it's a 1-year program full-time, and it is entirely taught in English. It's a very very diverse program. We have people from all over the world, so English is the language. It has a mix of theory and practice. So it's, there's of course theory, but we also value practice approach, and there are lots of seminars when we discuss, when the topic's content is discussed closely, and the real case cases are applied, and we have trips sometimes. Usually in 1 week it's dedicated, in the semester in the block is dedicated to trips. So you'll visit organizations and things like that. So yeah, it's very also practice oriented. And in this master you can specialize. We have many electives to choose, and basically, you can specialize your master, your study path according to your interests. So there are lots of options, and so going to the next slide. Why ISS? ISS, a short version of International Institute of Social Studies. And as I already mentioned, we focus on real-world problems, and often in lectures, professors really try to make it as contemporary as possible, and give this very practice-oriented approach, which is also what stands out and makes our university very valuable. It is research-led education, so research is at the center of what we do here, but we focus on direct policy and grassroots impact. That that's where the change happens, and we approach everything with critical, decolonial, and international perspective. And now to go a bit to the program. So this is a program overview, and the program consists of 4 different blocks. And as I mentioned before, every block, well, I haven't mentioned, but I've mentioned that there are trips, and each block has 10 weeks, and usually the 9th week of the 10th of weeks is dedicated to trips. So then you can get more practice experience and some more like interesting field trips. And in the block 1 and 2, in the block 1, the first block, you'll have the 2 general courses, which are the courses that everybody takes, and you have the research course, and those are the courses that are general and are aimed to introduce you to the basic concepts. And then in block 2 and 3, that's where you can specialize your journey more, and that's where you do electives, and then you can choose which electives you want to take. And the idea is to have 2 electives and 1 research course. So 2 electives are like, you can specialize in your interests, and then you also have to do a research elective. And the block 4 is the block where you will work on your thesis and have your thesis defense and graduation. To go a bit more closely into the blocks, so as I mentioned, block 1 is the general courses, and it will consist of some diagnostic tests, which you have nothing to worry about. It's just to make sure that everybody's at the same level. It's not for a grade. It's just something that we do to make sure that everybody is at the same level, and it's not a pass or fail. Like if you don't, then you will just get some materials to kind of bring your knowledge to the level of your peers. And then you have 2 courses, well, free. It is the same structure that you'll follow throughout your studies here. So yeah, the first are the general courses, which they're called histories and theories of development and grand challenges in societal transformation. And as I've mentioned before, the research, doing the development research. And as I've mentioned as well, it's block 1. It's already mentioned from, it's the same for everybody. But it is the same kind of structure, so 2 content courses and 1 research course. And that will also be later, but later you can specialize a bit more. And here there are topics that you can specialize in, electives that you can specialize in, and those you can choose like up to your interest. And you have to choose 1 from block 1, so the 1 row, upper row, you have to choose 1 elective from there and 1 from below. So for example, if you're interested in economy, then you can choose political economy of agriculture and food. And in the second part, as a second elective, economic analysis of households, firms, and institutions. So if you are really interested in economics, there's also another elective about economy. Then you can choose only economic subjects, but it's not. We don't restrict you, so you can choose different types of electives. So in that way, we allow you to be more flexible with what you want to study. And of course, you can specialize, but you can also choose something different if you want. And then you will have to choose besides the 2 electives, you will have to choose the research method course. And those are the ones that are available. Multi-methods research in international development, qualitative research methods and digital fieldwork, qualitative methods for development research. And then block 3, you will have another set of electives. And it's the same idea, the first upper block and then the second, 1 elective from above and 1 elective from below. By the way, if you go to our website, don't worry if you cannot follow. All those electives are also on our website, so you can always go to our website and check them out. But this is just to get a general idea. And then you'll have another research method course. And then I'll take you through a thesis process, because it is a 1-year master program. So 1 year is not that long. So the thesis process will start from very early on, and you will receive a lot of support as well. So it starts already in the introduction week. So in the introduction week, you will meet your thesis coordinator that will just tell you a bit about the thesis process and how it will fit into your studies. And then during still in the week 6, so very early on, you will meet your potential thesis supervisors and attend a course market when you'll see research teams. And there are several teams of topics, and you can see which one you like the most and talk to your supervisor and choose the topic. And if you really don't like any of the topics, you can propose your own, but this is to help you. So like if you don't know what you want to write your thesis on, then you can help fast support. And if you're like, just to kind of direct you a bit more. And then during the first step, you will have to submit your preferences, so 3 topics that you like the most, and then you will get your supervisor, and you'll have supportive research group. So this is again to help you, and then you will be placed, and you will have more meetings, and then maybe also based on that you can choose your electives very early on. So it also, depending on your thesis, you can also customize your study path to make it all kind of one logical path that you can follow. So basically, the slide is just to indicate that we really, you're not alone during the thesis process. And at every step of the way, we are there to help you and support you in many ways. And then now I will give a floor to Natalia that will tell you a bit more about requirements and her journey here at ISS. Thank you.
Bueno, afortunadamente puedo hacer esto en español, entonces creo que me voy a sentir un poco más cómoda hablándoles desde mi experiencia. Lo primero que les quiero decir es, yo en este momento estoy en la universidad y estoy un poco como experimentando todo este camino, entonces básicamente les quiero compartir qué es lo que he hecho, qué es lo que estoy haciendo y lo que seguramente haré en un tiempo. Entonces, bueno, sobre esto primero. Sencillamente este es como el listado de cosas que la universidad exige como parte de los requisitos para aplicar. Eh, Desde mi experiencia, pues les recomendaría que con tiempo traten de prepararse para poder presentar su examen de inglés, para poder hacer como su carta de motivación, ir identificando de pronto quiénes podrían ser los profesores o las personas que les podrían entregar las cartas de recomendación, etcétera. Entonces, sí, les recomiendo que revisen con tiempo y pues que acudan siempre a la página de la universidad como para tener un poco más de detalles sobre los requisitos. Ahora, esto creo que es una de las cosas que como estudiante tiene muy como cuidado la universidad. Entonces, esto es algo que no es tan común en Europa y nosotros conocemos estos campus en Estados Unidos como en donde los estudiantes viven dentro de la universidad, pero acá en Europa en realidad no es tan común y no suele ser tan fácil lograr encontrar un piso o rentar, alquilar alguna habitación. Y yo vivo en estas residencias estudiantiles con las que tiene convenio la universidad y son justo enfrente de la universidad. Y eso en realidad creo que para muchos de nosotros que estamos en Colombia sabemos que no es lo común tener que desplazarse 5 minutos para llegar al lugar en el que se estudia, así que creo que eso definitivamente como estudiante, pues les comparto que es un plus increíble porque sí nos dan prioridad a nosotros como estudiantes para obtener estas residencias y pues son muy cómodas. No compartimos la habitación con nadie, tenemos nuestro propio baño, lo único que tenemos que compartir es la cocina, entonces sí creo que es una cosa adicional como que ofrece la universidad porque hace parte del bienestar de nosotros como estudiantes. Bueno, esto es un poco como las cifras de la cantidad como de estudiantes que han pasado por la universidad. La mayoría de estudiantes colombianos que suelen venir a la universidad, de hecho, son con COLFUTURO. Casi siempre cuando nos encontramos con colombianos acá, lo primero que preguntamos es de dónde venimos y la mayoría siempre venimos con COLFUTURO, entonces esto es un poco como las estadísticas año a año de pues, la cantidad de personas que como nosotros pues han estado acá. Y bueno, esperemos que las cifras sigan aumentando y pues que se interesen en hacer su maestría acá. Y bueno, esto es un poquito como de lo que les quería compartir, de cómo ha sido mi experiencia como estudiante. Creo que cuando yo estaba en sus zapatos tratando de elegir la universidad, em, una de las preguntas que más me hacía era cómo iba a ser mi vida ya como estudiante, porque obviamente el tema académico es importante y por eso seguramente se hace una selección de las universidades y del programa, pero sí cambia totalmente la experiencia como estudiante, pensarse no solamente en términos académicos, sino también es qué gano yo de esta experiencia también a nivel personal. Entonces, bueno, yo inicié mis estudios en septiembre, así que llevo alrededor de 2 meses y medio acá, y esto es un poco en resumen de lo que ha sido mi experiencia puntualmente acá en La Haya. Entonces, bueno, ¿qué les quiero compartir? Primero, como ya lo mencionó Sal, creo que es maravilloso lo internacional del ambiente tanto de la universidad como en general de La Haya. Es increíble que sea tan fácil comunicarse con cualquier persona para ir a hacer compras del mercado, para ir a la biblioteca, para preguntar por direcciones, porque en realidad encuentras gente de todo el lado del mundo y así mismo sucede con la universidad y creo que eso es algo maravilloso porque seguramente en otra ocasión no nos imaginaríamos tener contacto directo con personas de Corea, de India, de Filipinas, de Tailandia, de tantos lados. Así que creo que eso es mágico y muy valioso y sobre todo muy enriquecedor. Eh, nuestras clases, ahí les puse una imagen, básicamente como hay diferentes tipos como de aulas y constantemente estamos compartiendo con diferentes compañeros porque tenemos diferentes clases con diferentes profesores, así que digamos que esta como cantidad de información que viene de diferentes lugares es como una constante de la universidad y pareciera que los aprendizajes en tan corto tiempo fuesen como muy intensos justo por esa cantidad de información e intensos en el mejor de los sentidos, porque todo el tiempo estamos estimulados con la cultura, con las lecturas, con los profesores, con el idioma. Entonces, sí creo que es muy emocionante estudiar en esta universidad por eso. Y bueno, como les venía diciendo, además de lo académico, obviamente uno también se plantea qué bondades tiene ir a un país. Y creo que algo maravilloso que tiene Países Bajos en general es que es un país muy pequeño. Así que un fin de semana perfectamente cuando tenemos breaks después de los exámenes, la mayoría de nosotros aprovechamos el tiempo y entonces nos vamos de viaje, estamos a hora y media de poder estar en Ámsterdam, a 40 minutos de poder estar en Rotterdam y poder conocer más del país y eso definitivamente me parece mágico. Así que, por ejemplo, justo el fin de semana pasado salí de mi semana de exámenes y decidí darme un respiro y estar en el Museo de Van Gogh y luego llegaba y al día siguiente ya podía estar tranquila con mis clases porque no me demandaba un viaje supremamente costoso o demandante en tiempo y energía y pues me parece muy bueno para poder equilibrar esa vida académica con la vida personal. Eh, Algo que también es muy bueno de la universidad y de vivir justo en esta zona es que estamos ubicados muy cerca del centro. Entonces, la zona justo donde estamos es muy como central para ir a cafés. Ha pasado muchas veces que en este tipo de especialidades, muchas de las reuniones se hacen en un café. Nos vamos a tomar una cerveza, un café con los profesores y después de estar todo un día en un museo, nos vamos a hacer reflexiones sobre lo que alcanzamos de ver. Y eso me parece también increíble porque pues es como tener desde otros espacios este mundo académico. Eh, y bueno, eso creo que puede ser en resumen como un poco de mi experiencia y pues espero haberlos contagiado de lo que ha sido mi vida estos casi 2, 3 meses que he estado acá.
Thank you so much. And now I will give the floor to Sandra that will tell you a bit about our career support.
There we go again. Thank you, Natalia. This is a very lively contribution and I think very much food for thought for the people who attend. Let me also welcome those who were not at the very, very start. So we are very happy that you're in this presentation, that you want to learn about studying in the Netherlands and then specifically at the International Institute of Social Studies, which is part of the Erasmus University Rotterdam. Yes, I will say a few things because we get many questions about this from prospective students, especially, I must say, students from Latin America, also from Asia, but from Latin America it's much more. And that is what we do in terms of career support. So I can briefly explain to you what we currently do. The offer that we have has grown over the past years. So we have the option for students. I mean, it's your own choice. It's in addition to our normal curriculum, but you have the possibility to participate in a very nice program, Change Agents in the Making. And that is a career program, a kind of coaching program, and it involves 3 or 4 sessions where you will learn from coaches about yourself, what drives you, what is your ambitions, where are you, what is needed to make a next step. That is you will discuss that with coaches as a group, but also on an individual basis. And that program will end with a networking event where many organizations from the Netherlands, in The Hague, but also outside The Hague, are invited to talk to you. So you can discuss your wishes, your ideas with the people who represent those organizations. So that is one thing. We also make use, and our students make use of the career facilities of the Erasmus University. So there is a wider, they have a career support office. There you can do online sessions to talk for 15 minutes about your CV, so you can get individual feedback for that. You can also talk about your LinkedIn profile. There is also one of the career advisors of Erasmus University comes to ISS on a regular basis, and you can make an appointment. So you can discuss your wishes, your ideas, get tips and suggestions from these people. Then they're in The Hague, the municipality of The Hague, but also there is something called the Humanity Hub that brings together many NGOs working in the area of justice and peace. And that is the what is it? That is also how ISS or how The Hague is called, City of Justice and Peace. I've said this before, but for the new people in the group. Also the Humanity Hub organizes all kinds of events where, for instance, alumni come and talk about their careers. So you are always free to join to that. We do have regular talks with ISS alumni who visit us, and then we organize a separate event to talk with the students, mostly in an informal way, but it can be very inspiring. Then there is something that is not on this slide, but that's maybe also important for you to know, that in the Netherlands there is a orientation year. And that is a year, that is a facility of the government that everybody who graduates in the Netherlands has the opportunity to apply for a visa for a search year. In that year, you can do that year immediately after your graduation, but you could, for instance, also go back home for a couple of months and then come back and then have that year. But that is a year in which you have the opportunity to look for a job or do an internship, or at least explore your career chances in the Netherlands, should that be your wish. Or maybe you just want to work for a year here and then go home, but have a bit of that experience of working abroad. So that is the orientation year or search year. We normally give at the end of the year of the program, when the students are in their final stage, an information session about it. We invite someone from the municipality or someone from elsewhere who can explain all the details of this program. It's very useful also when you have very individual specific questions. On top of all these things, we have a student association at ISS. The name is SCOLAS. All students are automatically part of SCOLAS. And SCOLAS normally also organizes at least one big career event. So that is also interesting to know. That was this slide for me. What else do we have? That's a different topic. Tuition fees and scholarships, that's not an unimportant thing. the cost for a program, maybe it's good to mention here that Natalia, for instance, is in the 15.5 months master program. That is the length of our program until now. But from September next year onwards, our MA in Development Studies is comprised into 1 year. So should you apply and be accepted and start at ISS next year, September, you are the first group that will be in the 1-year program. We decided to do that to align more with other master programs that often, not always, but often run from September to August the next year. So that is a change for us. The tuition fee is 21,000 euro for that year. We have some scholarship opportunity. Of course, COLFUTURO is here on top of the list. And that is a special arrangement, something that we have discussed with COLFUTURO. Apart from that is that we have, should you not apply for COLFUTURO, we have ISS scholarships that give a discount on your tuition fee. It depends a bit. We have the hardship scholarship that gives a discount of 30% on the tuition fee. And we have excellent scholarship that gives a 40% discount on the tuition fee. And that is for students who have a very good background and high grades, relevant working experience. So that is maybe good to know. On top of that, we have early bird discounts. And that is a rule that when you apply before the 1st of May, or when you pay before the 1st of May, the tuition fee, you will have a reduction of 10% of the fees. Then also important for you in Colombia is the ISS OAS scholarship, the Organization of American States. That will also give a somewhat smaller discount on the scholarship. And there is the Joint Japan World Bank Scholarship Program. By the way, we have, the link is mentioned here. We have on our website, on the scholarship information, there is a link to our database. So if you enter the name of your country, you enter Colombia, and then you get a list of opportunities. And of course, the ones that I've mentioned are there, and there may be some more in it. Mostly the ball is with you. So, but we always encourage our applicants to explore the possibilities. Yeah. Next slide. Can I say maybe, and you can all think about questions that you want to ask, and it can be in English, but it can also be done in Spanish, because we are so lucky to have Natalia with us. I mentioned already briefly the alumni community with 14,000 people over the world. In Colombia, we have about 170 former students, often in very nice, influential positions. And we have a WhatsApp group, for instance, with 120 of these people together. So, and that is it's a very nice and lively network of professionals who share opportunities, but also experiences sometimes. And that is the way we communicate with the alumni. Of course, we also use email, and we have specific dedicated groups in Facebook and LinkedIn. But this alumni group for Colombia, we also have that for 25 other countries, and that number is still growing. But it is a very useful tool for connecting, for finding jobs, looking for opportunities. So that's something I'd like to share with you. Where do our alumni work? That can vary, of course. We see a dominance, maybe people work for governments. In academia, we see many net NGOs, and that can be national NGOs or international NGOs. quite a few people work for UN organizations. So they have that career. Normally with the UN, you shift from one country to another. So that's also what we see. Teachers, researchers, journalists, that is mostly what we see. Also, some people can also end up in consultancy, starting their own firm. So that is more or less, I don't have a picture for that, but not now, but that is more or less where our students end up. Finally, we have some contact details. So here you find the links, the QR codes to our Instagram post and the LinkedIn page we do. You see the email addresses or the address and the website address. Please don't hesitate to ask questions to us and send a message to study@iss.nl. But of course, I think we have more than enough time to answer some questions for you. So the floor is open.
Okay, perfect. So, Sandra and Natalia, thank you so much for all the valuable information that you give us. We have a lot of questions for you. So, well, the first question that we have is, are there available master's degree for computer science?
There's a short answer, no. We don't do computer science.
Oh,
ISS is very much in the, the name is Institute of Social Studies, and social studies comprises, let me repeat that a bit, it goes from human rights, migration, governance, public policy, development economics, environment, climate, very popular topic in for our Colombian students and alumni, climate change and environment. I mean, yeah, it's more in this area, no computer science.
Thank you, Sandra, for clarifying that. Okay, well, I would like to know if, when applying, it's a disadvantage not to have recommendation letters from university professors or any academic affiliation, since my profile has been more focused on working in the private sector.
Yeah, we need 2 recommendation letters, and one can be from someone with whom you have worked. And that can even also be volunteer work. We look at the complete profile you have. So, but yeah, there will be someone you need, one of the requirements is that you have completed the bachelor's. So we need a recommendation from one of the teachers.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we have questions also for Natalia. Natalia, de la documentación requerida, ¿cómo fue tu proceso de homologación del título?
En realidad fue un proceso relativamente sencillo. Sí hay cosas que hay que notarizar, ¿no? Que hay que tener un traductor oficial que te haga como la traducción de las notas, por ejemplo, o del acta de grado. Esas cosas sí las piden, pero ya una vez uno tenga ese proceso con el certificado como de este traductor oficial, se suben a la página y eso es todo.
Súper, Natalia. ¿Sabes? Bueno, pues esto ya nos lo respondió Sandra anteriormente, pero bueno, si quieres adicionar algo, ¿sabes si hay maestrías en ingeniería de sistemas o son maestrías más enfocadas en economía o ciencias sociales en general?
Bueno, es que el instituto mismo se llama, ¿no? Como Instituto Internacional de Estudios Sociales, entonces en realidad es ciencias sociales como el fuerte de la universidad, entonces nada de esto está relacionado por lo menos como con el instituto, sí.
Gracias, Natalia, por aclararlo una vez más. Okay, so Sandra, I'm interested in the research master in sociology of culture, media, and arts. As a COLFUTURO beneficiary, I am entitled to a special discount on tuition fee. I would like to know whether it's also possible to apply for additional funding, such as Erasmus Trust Fund scholarship, while benefiting from the COLFUTURO agreement.
Sounds like a master of Erasmus University, but not of ISS. Unfortunately. So as all the schools in Erasmus University have their own programs, but also their own conditions. Also in if it comes to entry requirements, fees, duration, that can all vary. It's difficult for me. I don't want to, I cannot answer this question. Sorry.
But just to mention, it is possible to look for other funding with COLFUTURO. Just not the one from ISS, because that cannot go together. But if a student finds some other funding alongside COLFUTURO, then that is possible.
Thank you so much. Taking into account the scholarships that also offers the university, to whom we can talk to get more information?
Maybe it's best to, if you really want to talk, it's good to check the website, because we have the information there, and also the scholarship database. And for any specific question, it's good to contact admission office, and I type the email address in the comment field.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much, Sandra. Hello, I have a question about the English requirement. I have a Cambridge Proficiency Certificate grade C1, but I took that a long time ago. Would this be accepted?
That I cannot answer that question. It is also something to check with the admission office. I don't know how they deal with. I don't know whether there are rules that it should have been done in the past so many years. Maybe they also ask where did you speak English, or have you been working in a English speaking environment? That can also count. But our colleagues from the admission office will answer that question.
Thank you, Sandra. Are there opportunities for scholarship holders to participate in special programs or leadership activities?
The specific leadership opportunities we don't have, but the whole career program is available for all students, whether or not they have received a scholarship from wherever. So, yeah.
Okay, perfect. And the last question is for Natalia. Natalia, en promedio, ¿cuál es el estipendio mensual como estudiante que tienes?
Bueno, yo en esto sí les debo confesar que soy bastante organizada, entonces he logrado ahorrar más de lo que pensé que podía ahorrar, y en promedio, contando con la renta, con el housing de la universidad, comida, transporte, que obviamente el factor de que el housing esté al lado de la universidad sí hace que se reduzcan bastante los gastos en transporte, y que uso bicicleta, yo puedo gastar alrededor como de unos 1.150 euros en el mes. Entonces es suficiente para vivir. Y quería agregar algo sobre otra de las preguntas. Sobre el tema del requisito de inglés, lo tengo fresco porque no hace mucho tuve que hacer estos requisitos, y depende de hace cuánto tomaste el examen de Cambridge, porque si no estoy mal, estos tienen como una vigencia, ¿no? Entonces, TOEFL suele tener como 2 años de vigencia, y el Cambridge como 5 años. Entonces, si sigue vigente, la universidad lo va a admitir, pero si ya pasó el tiempo de vigencia, no te lo van a admitir.
Super, gracias Natalia. Well, Sandra, Sal, Natalia, thank you again so much for your participation, for accepting this invitation, and for this presentation that was amazing. So in the next few days, we will send this recording to all the people that registered to the session, and you could maybe send the presentation or that follow-up message that you want. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, Karen, and everybody who has participated in this. Much appreciated.